Okay, this is the first time Stephen Donnelly has been on the programme with me as presenter since he made the statesmanlike careers move from the Social Democrats to Fianna Fail. Do you feel embarrassed by what you've done?
No.
Why?
Obviously not. Well,
why?
Why would I feel embarrassed?
Because it's so career, so opportunist. You excoriated Fianna Fail in your columns in the Sunday Independent on several occasions in the last several years. You more or less accuse them of being the origin and font of all corruption. You joined the Social Democrats because they were the people that you thought were most congruent with what you believed. You left them because of some petty row. And now you join Fianna Fail, obviously because you think your chances of getting a ministerial job is enhanced by joining Fianna Fail.
Well,
and it looks utterly careerist and utterly shameless.
Well, it's obviously not opportunist. I mean, there were a lot of people...
Oh, really? Tell us how that's obvious.
Well, politicians are regularly...
Tell us how it's obvious that it's not opportunist.
Well, I'll explain. Politicians are regularly criticised for doing whatever keeps them elected, right? You'd hear often, you know, you're only looking after the seat.
Tell us how you...
Parish. I am.
Get on to the question. Yeah, go on.
I am. And in joining Fianna Fail, some people were very happy about it. Some people couldn't care less about it. And it is a reality that a bunch of people in Wicklow, they're not happy about it. I understand that, and I respect that. And so were one interested in keeping a seat? I could have stayed as an independent. I could have stayed popular as an independent. But I would have been on the sidelines.
You wouldn't be. You wouldn't get the perks of ministerial office, and which you think you'll get with Fianna Fail.
No, I'm sorry. I absolutely refute that. That has absolutely nothing to do with what I did.
Really?
Yes, Vincent. The situation.
How could you join a party if it is not a careers move, a brazen careers move? How could you join a party that you excoriated so vigorously so recently?
The option that I was faced with was stay on the independent benches, largely popular, but unable to have any serious effect on what's been coming our way, or join a big team, join a political team, join a party. The obvious thing to do was to join a party. It was not to sit back.
But you joined the Social Democrats.
It was not to sit back. Well, I co-founded the Social Democrats.
Oh, all right. Yeah, go on.
But got to a position where that just wasn't viable anymore.
Why is that?
Well, I've never gone into the detail of why. The reason is because at the top, it didn't work at all. And we all tried to make it work. I have a great deal of respect for Catherine and Roisin. But in the end, it didn't work.
What was not working?
The top team wasn't working.
What problems did that cause?
I know, I'm not getting into the details.
Why not?
Because it serves nobody's interest.
It does. It serves the interest of the voters of Wicklow to know whether what you've done is just opportunist and careerist, or whether there's some justification for it.
Vincent, if I was being opportunist or careerist, the last thing I would have done was join Fianna Fail.
Oh, really? That's the last thing you would have done?
Well, obviously.
You could have resigned from politics, for instance, gone and do something worthwhile with your life.
But that wouldn't be opportunist or careerist.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
But you're accusing me of being opportunist and careerist.
Yes, I am, yeah.
But what have I done? I've gone from being an independent, popular TD with, I think you could argue, a pretty safe seat if I'd stayed as an independent, but largely irrelevant and unable to do what I got into politics to do, which was to try and help with issues in Wicklow and issues in the country.
And now you've given up on that and you just want to get a big job.
But no, obviously not, Vincent. I mean, if I'd wanted... the easy...
How do you mean obviously not? What's obvious about that?
The easiest way for me to get to cabinet would have been to stay in the Social Democrats and say, let's go into government next time. Or to stay as an independent and say, well, the algebra of the Dáil is such that independence will probably be needed again, as they are
you could become the next Shane Ross.
No, hang on a second. You've made a very serious accusation.
I did, yeah.
And I absolutely refute it. It's not what I got into politics for. It's not what I set up the Social Democrats for.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, Vincent. And it's absolutely not why I joined Fianna Fail. I had a choice. I could sit as an independent, largely popular but largely irrelevant, and comment from the sidelines and come on your show and say, well, Vincent, were I in government, or were I in a major opposition party, here's what I would do. But I can't do any of those things because I'm an independent. So what did I do?
Of course you can. The point of politics is to persuade the electorate to a particular point of view that will result then in policies being implemented.
That's true.
And the idea of that you achieve things in politics by getting into so-called power is nonsense.
No.
If you get into power without having won a mandate to do things from the electorate, it doesn't work.
No, I agree.
And you can do that from independent benches, you can do that from social democratic benches, or you can do it whatever. But you choose to join a political party to get ministerial office because you now say that's because you'll be able to get things done. No, you won't.
That is absolutely untrue, and I fundamentally refute that.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. The single most effective thing I did in 5 or 6 years in politics...
Join Fianna Fail.
No, was to lead the charge on having the tax loopholes shut down for the vulture funds, right? If that is followed through on, and if there aren't new loopholes found, that will save the state over about the next 10 years. Hang on, no, sorry, let me finish. You've made a very serious accusation, let me finish. That will save the state about €15 billion. The only reason that happened was because I was on prime time with Michael McGrath, and Michael McGrath, having considered what I was putting forward, said Fianna Fail will not vote through the finance bill unless these loopholes are changed. So there is a certain amount you can do from the sidelines. I worked very hard to do what I could and got to a point where I said, I've maxed out on this, I want to join a team. Now, given that it is perfectly reasonable to say, I'm sitting on the independent benches, I want to get stuck in. I want to be part of it. Fianna Fail was the best fit. So, no, Vincent, no. You can't just nod that through. You've made a very serious accusation.
I have, and you've now blathered on about replying to that for the last 10, 5 minutes.
Hang on. I stand over the criticisms I made.
Right.
I have gone in with my eyes wide open. But if the option was stay largely irrelevant or join a bigger team, then obviously
we're going to go to a break, and after the break we'll get to tweets and tell us something about what they think of you. Join us in a moment.